No elbow bumping today.
Hearing how the NHS is recovering from the pandemic, the Prime Minister was also nursing his government's reputation after yesterday's serious accusations from his former chief advisor.
Did tens of thousands of people die who need not have died because of your action or inaction?
No, I don't think so. But of course, this has been an incredibly difficult series of decisions, none of which we've taken lightly.
Yesterday, Dominic Cummings also said he was a witness to comments the Prime Minister has denied making.
Did you say you would rather see bodies pile high in the streets than order a third lockdown?
I've already made my position very clear on that point, and I'm getting on with the job of delivering the roadmap that I think is the sensible way forward.
Did Mr. Cummings tell the truth yesterday?
I'm getting on with delivering the roadmap that is the sensible way forward for this country.
So you're not arguing with the things he said?
The question, I make no comment on that.
But Matt Hancock didn't have that luxury, having been on the end of Mr. Cummings' sharpest criticism.
The Secretary of State for Health should have been fired for at least 15, 20 things, including lying to everybody in multiple occasions, in meeting after meeting.
First, Mr. Hancock defended himself in the Commons.
These unsubstantiated allegations around honesty are not true, and that I've been straight with people in public and in private throughout.
Did Dominic Cummings lie about you?
And then at a Downing Street press conference.
Did you tell the Prime Minister that everyone going from hospital to care home would be tested?
Of course, we committed, and I committed, to getting the policy in place, but it took time to build the testing.
But the care sector did not feel looked after.
We were hung out to dry by this government. We were not protected. The elderly, the vulnerable across the country have not been protected. Our staff have not been protected.
And care homes are only one of the issues building for Matt Hancock.
There are very serious allegations in relation to the Health Secretary, so serious that if true, they're a breach of the ministerial code, and that has obvious consequences. We need to get to the bottom of it. Dominic Cummings can't be the last word on this.
He won't be. There's an inquiry coming. And the biggest trouble for the government there could be the tens of thousands of deaths figure disputed by the Prime Minister today.
The maths isn't particularly difficult. Cases were doubling every 3.5 days, which means they probably quadrupled in a week. Locking down a week earlier means you go into lockdown with a quarter of the cases, which roughly translates to a quarter of the deaths. And if you consider we probably lost around 40,000 lives in the first wave, that means we could have saved upwards of 30,000 lives by locking down just a single week earlier.
Up to now, the success of the vaccination programme has offered ministers some protection against criticism, but they might yet need a booster shot. Carl Dinnan, News at 10, Westminster.